What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the Partially Cultured Podcast. I'm your host, Aaron. With me, as always, are my co-hosts, Alan and Isaac.
How's it going, guys?
And just a quick reminder to everybody to hit us up on all the social media platforms. Go check out our YouTube channel. You can watch the podcasts over there. We video those. We have TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. You can hit us up on our website, partiallycultured.com. Do all the bells and likes and all the bullshit if you guys enjoy what we're doing here. Leave us some comments, if you guys want to hear us talk about anything that's on your mind, and we'll do our best to get them on here. Mm-hmm. So, now that all the business is out of the way, it's time to have our fun time. And we're going to do something a little bit different today. Not sure how long the video is going to go, if it's going to be short or long, but we've got a few videos out there now and a few podcasts out there now, and thought, it might be a good time, just to ask some questions to each other, for you guys to get to know us a little better. It's nothing, hugely personal or anything, but it kind of gives you an idea of who we are. So without further ado, Alan, let's start with you. If you could live anywhere, where would it be?
And if me living there it's like I have as much money as I want, right? Like that's a caveat to it.
That wasn't part of the question.
No, because hypothetically I could live anywhere I want now, right? But the only thing that makes me stay in certain places is like people that I'm around or like jobs.
Yeah, you can live anywhere you want to right now if you wanted to.
Yeah, Mr.
Well, I mean,
Mr.
anyone
Fancy
can, right?
Pants. You can't.
Anyone can.
You can't live in North Korea.
Well, realistic.
Yeah,
I wouldn't pick there either. But
all right, so money's not a factor. Yeah, you're good to go.
All right. Honestly, mine's super benign. I probably would go to probably would pick like Puerto Rico or something, like somewhere that I probably could go regardless. The only reason I don't go is because like economically it's just not a good situation over there. So I would just if I could just buy a house and like live in the rainforest, I'd probably do that. So
all right.
Yeah.
What about
That's
you?
probably where I end up.
Yeah, if I was being practical or something like that, I'd probably say something like San Diego. If money wasn't like an object, because I lived there for a long time and I loved it. I loved the location. I don't necessarily like the people as much there, but the location's nice. But I think if I really think about it, like I'd probably live like in the Galapagos Islands or something like that. I don't know what the weather's like there though. Like if the temps are like 90s, 100s all the time, I might not want to live there, and probably it's like that since it's kind of like a tropical area. But I would think that something like that would be where I would want to live though. Like tropical island type of environment.
So tropical island's a little too warm for me. I looked this up a couple of years ago, the place with the best climate year round. And I want to say it was someplace like Malta. And it was like never gets higher than like 75 degrees and never gets lower than like 68 or something. It's like this real short little range of temperatures. And I'm like, that's right in my area right there. 68 to 75 is like where I keep my house. So mine would probably be Malta if that's what it was. It may not be Malta.
Is it nice there though? I mean, I don't.
It looked nice. I mean, it was on the coast and it looked like one of those old, like French Riviera towns.
It's a Mediterranean
houses and stuff on the.
That's my big thing is like I didn't pick anywhere that is just some place I know based off like what they project, right? Like they're like what they show on the tourism videos or whatever. Like I wanted to pick somewhere that I could kind of.
You're not gonna go to Colombia for the cocaine.
Yeah, and then you find out that it's the highest kidnapping rate in the world or whatever. And it's like, no, I didn't know that,
well,
right?
Probably don't want to live there.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a lot of places that look crazy, like look fun. Like I always wanted to visit Japan or Tokyo, but
I wouldn't want to live there.
Then you read about it, yeah. Then you're like, I don't want to know if I want to live there. Though.
Yeah, I don't want to live
especially
in a pod.
They don't want you living there either, so.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like
I don't.
I feel like I feel less like an outsider, just going to where I'm, just going to one of the places I'm from and just being
Are are the sumo guys
blending
still
back in.
still treated like royalty and stuff in Japan?
I would imagine so. I don't know, to be
Because I mean,
honest.
that would be great for me. I mean, I could fit right in there.
I think they're still highly regarded. Yes, I believe so.
Japan might be my spot. That might be my spot. So, all right. Question 2. What's your biggest fear?
I don't have a lot of fears, but I think my
Ooh, Mister, I'm not.
no, I mean, there's
afraid
things that I'm
today.
mildly afraid of. Like, I'm afraid to fall off like a tall building or something like that. But would I ever see myself in that situation? Not really.
So you're telling me if you woke up and went to the bathroom in the morning and a king cobra was in your toilet, you wouldn't be afraid?
Yeah, I'd be mildly afraid in that situation, right? Like,
Mildly?
I mean, I'm not gonna like piss myself or anything, but
I think you probably would.
I mean, I don't know. But the chance of that happening is kind of low. My thing is,
True.
I would hate to die doing something so menial, so pointless that it was. You know what I mean? Like, okay, dying of old age, that's one thing, but dying because like I slipped on the sidewalk and hit my head or something, that would be like the worst way to go, and that would be my biggest fear. It's just doing something stupid and dying from it.
Your biggest fear is dying from being an idiot. I love it. That's a good answer.
I think for me, I used to think this on like I used to think that like my biggest fear was like heights or something like that, and then I like started thinking more, and I'm like, no, definitely like that's like probably my biggest like common regular thing that I probably run into. But I think if I were to really be honest with myself, it'd probably be like not being able to like provide for my family and like my girl and the kids, or one of them passing or something like that, or like not being able to protect them or protect like her or whatever.
You got reels, man.
Yeah, you got all deep
Well,
and shit. I didn't go all into
I'm just trying to think about like what you said biggest fear.
Well,
Right?
yeah, I
Like,
mean, those are, yeah, I mean, I get that. I'm not going to
it's
go
like
quite off the deep end like that.
Also, you make me look like I had a chop. Like, oh, I don't care about my family or anything.
that was the goal. That was the goal. I hope they hear this and they know that.
Alan had this prepared. He was
One-ups.
waiting for you to come up with something like you.
Alan is the one-upper, though.
I'm going to say mine is kind of 2. It's flying and sharks. And my number 1 fear would be flying over sharks.
I can see that.
I don't like flying. I don't like sharks. And now let me say one thing.
I hate flying too.
I think I would like flying if I was in control of the plane. I don't like just being in
I don't like flying.
a capsule with a bunch of people crammed into. That's another thing. I get like anxiety because I'm crammed into a little bitty seat that I don't fit in, that nobody fits in. And
it's pressurized.
Yeah, and I'm just like, just white knuckle it the whole time.
And you can't even see something. You can't see anything half the time. You know that you're like thousands and thousands and thousands of feet above the ground. Like if anything just happens, you just get sucked out of the thing.
Yeah,
like
one problem. You go into the ground like a dart. I mean, you don't glide.
No. You know, it's funny. I always remember that scene from Fight Club when Brad Pitt sits next to Edward Norton or whatever for the first time, and then he's talking about like, you see the little pictures and how they drop the oxygen mask. Like, it's all bullshit. You're just fucked. You're just gonna die, and they're just making you look all docile. This isn't how it would look. Everyone would be panicking. Everyone would be freaking out, right? Like, and I'm like, like, yes, that's exactly what happened. And you wouldn't probably even know that's going on or how bad the situation is until it's too late, because the pilot's going to be trying to keep everyone calm.
No, the pilot's gone. The pilot done bailed out with the only 2 parachutes on the plane.
With the 2 oh my goodness, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. and this is the last time you'll be hearing from me.
Oh no!
But on the bright side, all the peanuts you can eat until we hit the ground. All right. So, question 3: what would you change about yourself if you could? And I guess we have to think about that one because this sounds like something that you do not have the power to change right now.
Yeah, because that's my whole thing about this question. When it's like, there's stuff I don't think I'm perfect. Clearly, like, I'm not that narcissistic. Like I know that I have a lot of flaws, but I just feel like all the things that I could change about myself are things that I need to work on in order to like grow as a person and have it be fruitful. If I could just like, it's about the journey, not the destination necessarily, is what kind of what I'm getting at. So it's like if I were to just snap my fingers and be able to change something about me, I wouldn't even know who that person would be. So it's like really hard for me to wrap my head around. Um, so I mean, if I were to pick one of those things that maybe like things that I am trying to change, how about that versus like something that I could change or whatever. Um, I'm entirely too anxious, so I'm like working on trying to figure out different anxiety coping mechanisms than the ones I've used in the past. And
I hear Hennessy is a good coping mechanism for anxiety.
and not super healthy though.
I mean, you can't have your cake and eat it too, man. Come on.
That's what I know. I know. What else? Let me see. Be less like. I feel like I hold on to stuff too much. Like I'll get because of the anxiety. Like the anxiety I'll get anxious, and then I don't know how to not get anxious, and then other stuff starts happening around me, and I'll get like annoyed or like grumpy, right? So like
I would say you're pretty self-aware because I would say you are 100% accurate on both of those.
Yeah. So
Isaac, what would you change?
I mean, it seems like I would try to change like physical aspect, like an injury or something like that. If I had to do something that I couldn't have to work to do, like Alan was saying, but if it's something like that where I need to work on it myself, it's probably it's probably something along the lines of the way that I handle myself. Like maybe just have a little more perseverance when I'm working on certain goals or something like that. I think
more stick-to-itiveness.
Yeah, stick-to-itiveness, exactly.
That's a word.
Yeah, look it up. So yeah, something like that. It's something that I think I can do. It's something that we have difficulty day to day because we don't put ourselves into a challenging situation that requires it. So I think that's what we probably need to do.
So again, not that deep on my part. Recently picked up the guitar again. You guys knew about that, after years and years and years. And the one thing I would change about myself is these little fucking sausage fingers.
Holy smokes, I've never seen your fingers.
I want longer fingers because it is very difficult to hit some of the chords I need to hit with my little bitty sausage nubs. So,
do they sell like guitar finger extenders or something? Like a little thing you put on your finger?
If I have to do that, I'm just going to throw the damn things in the trash.
You could ask the devil for some new hands.
Yeah, I'm going to go down to the crossroads and get a contract signed up for some longer fingers. So, anyway, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff I need to work on too. I'm not perfect, but that just came to my mind when I was sitting here thinking about it. I'm like, oh man, it'd be nice to have about another inch and a half.
I don't want to say something like, oh yeah, I'd rather be better looking or something like that, because I was like, that's kind of shallow, right? So I'll try something a little deeper.
It is kind of shallow, but I mean, I would agree. I would agree with you, just like I agreed with Alan. I mean, All right. Number 4. What really makes you angry?
For me, it's like passive aggressive behavior, and it just. See me, I'm like a straightforward person. Like I don't hide behind feelings or hide behind like behavior and stuff like that. So I mean, I might do it here or there, but like people that like ride your tail or something like that, or maybe they do the opposite to you, and when you're driving, that type of stuff, it just pisses me off so bad. That and everything that millennials do nowadays, pretty much. So.
Everything millennials
Aren't
do.
you technically
like
a millennial?
I'm on the edge. I'm on the tail end.
That's funny.
All right, Alan.
Ugh, I got a lot of that.
You got a lot of that.
I wouldn't consider a lot of those things getting angry though, but I guess they would be. I feel like it would probably be people that don't admit that they messed up, or that like they're not capable of acknowledging that they don't know something or that they fucked up, like and like throwing a pity party for themselves. Like I hate like the whole like victim mentality of like everything happens to them just by happenstance.
Nothing's their fault.
Like nothing's their fault. The world's out to get them. They never take any responsibility for their life or why they're in the situations that they're in. Like just especially when it's people that like I have to like deal with on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like super frustrating because it's like you want to help these people, but you literally can't if they can't acknowledge that they have things they need to fix or work on or improve. Like if they're constantly just shifting the blame onto some other nonsense, they will never grow, right? So then it just gets to the point where it's like insufferable. And I think it's like this little slow little climb up the annoyance ladder or something, yeah, I think that's part.
Mine would be half-ass jobs done. If I told somebody, there's 4 pieces of paper on the table or whatever, hey, go clean up that paper off the table, and they pick up like 2 pieces and throw it in the trash. I'm just like, why the hell didn't you get the other 2 pieces? I mean, it drives me insane. Empty the trash. Don't put a trash bag in. It's just
the kids do that.
Yeah,
kids
it's just
drive me up the wall.
Oh my god! But anyway,
that's a good one.
Number 5. What motivates you to work hard? I'll answer this one quick for me. Money. Plain and simple. It's money because I need to be able to take care of me and my family. So.
Well, in terms of a job, then it would be money. But in terms of like just working hard in general as like a person or as an attribute, depending on what it is, right? If it's like something that I enjoy, it's the passion that I have for whatever it is that I'm doing. If it's something that I'm doing for someone else, it's like I want to provide good quality work. Like I want to be proud of the work that I'm doing or the thing that I'm delivering.
Yeah, that's the same thing. I would say family, friends, and then like just that self-respect or that something along those lines.
Yeah,
Right.
Essentially the same.
So, number 6. What was the last movie you went to, or I guess since we've had the vids out there, the last premiere home movie you saw? A new movie that you saw, and what did you think about it?
The last one. I've been going through Toy Story jail because my toddler has had me watching every Toy Story over and over and over and over.
Yeah, but what's the last new movie you saw? I mean, did you see the new Spider-Man? I know you saw Dune, didn't you?
I really wanted to see Spider-Man. I haven't had a chance to go because of the vid. Um, I do. It might have been Dune. Let me look. Let me
There's a
think.
movie that I don't know how new it is, but it's new to me, and it was recommended like on Tubi or Netflix. I don't know, something. And it had 100% rating on it. It was called Seoul Station, like Seoul, South Korea.
Oh,
And it's about this zombie outbreak that happens at Seoul Station, a train station or whatever. And it's about a like a daughter and her boyfriend and her father being separated during the beginning of the outbreak, and them trying to get back together during the the initial phase of it or whatever.
Was it
It
good?
was really good. Like it had 100% ratings, and I was like, I doubt that, right? Like it's gotta suck.
It had one person that rated
And
it.
so
that sounds really similar to another one, Train to Busan.
well, see, and that's why it was recommended to me because I have that on my my add to watch list.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
it must have like, oh hey, you can try this one.
You like trains, Asian
And
trains.
it was pretty good. Like I was really trying to find something wrong with it, but it was simple, but it had good moments in it. It had good heart to it. Yeah, I'd recommend it to somebody to watch if they wanted to watch it. But I tend to like zombie movies and stuff, so it's up my alley.
So this isn't the last one I saw, but it's up there with good movies. It was the Peanut Butter Falcon. If you have not seen the Peanut Butter Falcon,
I've heard of it. Looks that's on Shia, right?
yeah, that movie is fire.
I gotta check that one out.
Especially if you've ever had to deal with or you know anybody or been around anybody with Down syndrome. It's a really good movie. I mean, even if you hadn't, it's still a really good movie. So yeah, I'd highly recommend checking out Peanut Butter Falcon.
I'm thinking of it. I think the last one that I could say the last movie that I think I could say I've seen that was like I chose it or with like that I enjoyed. Um, Probably would have been King Richard. It's on HBO Max. It's like the Will Smith movie with like it's about
Serena and Venus Williams, right?
he's like
Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like their dad or whatever. That was really good. That was actually a surprise. I thought it was gonna be one of those like kind of mopey, like girl movies or whatever. But it was actually surprisingly good. It was very entertaining, and it was like just very uplifting. It felt good. I don't know. It was great. I watched it with like Lynette and the kids, and it was really
He's
good movie.
like
I recommend that one too.
starting to do those kind of movies.
Yeah, let's.
I mean, what was the one with the? I know you guys saw it, where his wife left him and he kept his son and he was like trying to sell the X-ray. Yeah, that one. That was like like, come on, Will, get back with Martin Lawrence and let's go shoot some shit and drive some Ferraris. Because tear jerkers. But
yeah, he's good though. He definitely. It's funny because like he's one of those guys where like I see him as Will Smith, like his personality sometimes is like it rubs off on the characters that he plays. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see him in the characters versus like him always taking those characters on. Especially for the roles like that, like the Independence Day or the like Bad Boys and stuff like that. It's more like Will Smith as this person versus him becoming the person or whatever. But like in the more dramatic stuff lately, he's been doing pretty good.
See, that's what I thought about Cuba Gooding Jr. when he did Radio. I thought he killed that.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, number 7. Do you believe in God, an afterlife, etc., etc.? What are your thoughts?
I do. I'll start it, I guess. I mean, yeah, I believe in an afterlife. I believe in God. I believe in the Christian version of God, I guess I should say. So there's not any misunderstanding there. Yeah, I don't think that we turn into angels, and fly up into heaven or whatever. There is an afterlife. what that means to me is that we are close to or assimilating with God in some manner. Like we're not separated, which is the opposite, which would be like what hell would be, separation from God.
Right.
And what I believe is that if you actually believe in and accept Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, then you are taken to heaven eventually. Yep.
Mine is very I'll try to explain. So like what I think God isn't what normal people would think God is. Like it's not like I don't think there's like a human in the sky, that's like deciding all this stuff or creating things, whatever. Like in my head, it's like God is, and this is like that's why I kind of feel like I'm agnostic in a way, where it's like I don't really fit into a lot of the religions. But I do think there's something. But like God to me is more like an energy, like or like a force that like we're all like all of us in the everything in the universe is connected, and all matter doesn't actually get destroyed. It just gets turned into something else. Energy doesn't get destroyed. It gets turned into something else. When we pass or whatever, we go into the ground and we everything gets recycled. It's like we're like in this gigantic recycling machine, right? Where matter is constantly being turned from one thing into another, and energy is constantly being turned into one thing to another, and something else is constantly using it. So from that perspective, we're all connected in a way, right? Because we all are consuming and using everything that's been recycled 1,000 times all the time. And God to me is not like a necessarily like a sentient being. It's more like an energy or force that is all of that. It's like where all these things come from. It's like where all that stuff comes from. And um yeah. So it's hard to explain.
All right. No, I mean,
But
I get it. I think you did a good job of explaining what you think. Um, I'm pretty much in direct alignment with Isaac. I believe in God and an afterlife, and the Christian version of it. Um, do I think there's probably some things that may have been left out of the Bible? Probably, but I don't think that anything that was left out was or would change um, the outcome. Um, you know, the beginning to the end, and what I guess what I'm saying is I don't think anything that was left out would change my opinion, um, or the rules for living. What you need to know before you die. So, yeah.
with the afterlife thing, for me, it's more like for me in my head the way because I do think there's something that happens after we die. I'm not sure if it's what would be traditionally considered an afterlife, but I feel like I lean towards more of the like rebirth, but not rebirth in the traditional sense of like resurrection or like the Buddhist perception of it, where like or like maybe like what kind closer to that, where it's like not that you come back as like a cockroach or some shit if
Right.
but more of like
Well,
your
you
your soul is infinite, and it is the one thing that maybe is you, but just because it's you doesn't mean that it's going to be the same personality and all this stuff that comes next time. And like you can be in a completely different, you could look completely different, or you could look completely the same. And I think it kind of goes hand in hand with like my perception of like time and dimensions and parallel universes or parallel world lines and all that kind of crap, where it's like I feel like those things are all happening all at the same time, and your afterlife is you you living out a different life in one of those other timelines or world lines or whatever the hell it is. Like, and it's constant and it's
well, I've got
everlasting.
bad news for you, Alan. Your next life is a battery in the Matrix, and you're just going to be
Well,
drained.
I don't think that's how it works. Well, I feel like it's all about like getting like living all these things to eventually get to the point where you become like enlightened in a way where you
it's
are at peace.
it's spiritual
and realizing
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, but on a like super duper crazy scale,
Right.
where it's like a bunch of it's happening billions of times and stuff.
So yeah, I mean, we killed it. We pretty much explained all religions in 3 minutes. So I mean, you don't have to do any more studying on that now. All right, number 8. What song would you sing at karaoke night?
I know mine is
What?
Billie Jean. I do a mean Billie Jean. Let
Mean
me tell
Billie
you,
Jean.
I've gotten entirely too drunk during Thanksgiving or Christmas more than once, and we do karaoke, and it is fun time.
I feel like we need video evidence of this on the website.
There might be video. I don't know if I can put it on the website, but there's definitely.
I mean, anybody listening, comment on video or the podcast or something if we want to see Alan's Billie Jean.
Comments or some likes or something.
I would have to I'd have to track it down, but it's definitely something I've done before, and it's fun.
All right.
And I put on some weight since the last time I've done it, so I probably couldn't do my kicks as good.
You probably could. You probably just might pull something.
Yeah, as I am older too, but yeah, that's my song. I be getting way too into it.
All right.
What about you, Aaron?
Mine would be My Way.
Frank
Sinatra.
Heard you singing. It's pretty good.
Yes, I have sang it at a karaoke before. That or like Whiskey Bent and Hellbound, Hank Williams Jr., or Family Traditions, something like that.
I think we should have been partially drunk when we answered these questions because that's the only way that I would probably go do karaoke, anyways.
I've only heard you do one. I've known you, 14, 15 years, whatever it is. 14. And I've only heard you do one karaoke song.
And that was Tom Petty, I think. Something.
It was. I Won't Back Down.
And I looked forever at that whole thing. I was like, man, I don't know if I want to sing any of these things. But maybe Sound of Silence. I like that Disturbed song. Like the Disturbed version of it. I also like Johnny Cash. It's like some of the Johnny Cash stuff. So it'd probably be something like that.
Johnny Cash is good.
Just about anything in anything that I could sing that's in his repertoire would probably
be tempo.
Oh, really? So tell me something because I happen to know a couple of acoustic Johnny Cash.
No. I'm not saying I'll be good at it. I just said it would be worthwhile.
We can do this right now.
I like all of his covers though, like "Hurt," like the 9 Inch Nails song.
I like the. I mean, I love all of Johnny Cash's stuff, but the one that has the Rusty Cage.
Rusty Cage is good.
Yeah, that guitar lick and boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's fire. All right. If you could eat or question 9, if you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? That's easy. Pez. Cherry flavored Pez.
Alan, do you know?
Yeah, for me it's bistec encebollado. It's like
steak and onions.
Like beef with onions and like rice normally, and I fucking love it. And Lynette makes it like amazing. It's like that's like my dish when she wants to like do something nice for me. She'll like spend a bunch of time making it because she does it. It comes out fire. But yeah, it's like it's usually the way I normally get it is what she usually makes for me is like there's some white rice with some beans on top or whatever, and then steak and onions, bistec encebollado, and then with like some plantain totones on the side.
What about your drink?
So
and dessert.
Drink. Morir soñando. It's you take orange juice and evaporated milk. Yeah, it sounds weird, but it tastes fucking great. So you take ice, you put ice, and then you put orange orange juice with ice, right? And you cool the ice, the orange juice down so it doesn't coagulate the milk or whatever. Put some sugar and you mix the sugar up, and then so it's like a sweeter. Or you can use condensed sweetened milk. That way it's
I
like more milky.
I wonder if that
And then
tastes.
you
I wonder
do.
if that tastes like an orange Julius.
It's literally what it tastes
Oh,
like, but it's
okay.
like, but like it's literally what it tastes like, but like more like stronger, like
Okay.
more
Because
flavorful.
as I started thinking about it, I'm like, orange watered down with milk. I wonder if that's orange Julius. Because I don't
But like
know.
much more intensely flavored and like not so orange forward. But yeah, dessert, tres leche cake.
Pass.
I love tres leche. But like not just the ones you go to the supermarket
Yeah, I
or
got
whatever
you.
and you buy. Those like or no Walmart one or no like you know who makes a surprisingly good tres leche cake actually?
Huh.
Whole Foods. They actually had a surprisingly good one. But there's a place like a little bakery nearby that makes really good one, and I make a
Mm-hmm.
mean tres leche cake.
All
So
All right,
yeah.
Isaac.
Yeah, if I had to have it, chicken fried steak, no gravy on top, mashed potatoes and gravy on the side, grilled asparagus, just tastes good with it. You got to have some kind of vegetable. Um,
I don't have to do
sourdough
shit.
toast,
It's the one meal I can do.
sourdough toast with butter, and then sweet tea for the drink, and either like a key lime pie or a pumpkin pie for the slice, not the whole thing.
I can get down with your
That's my
meal.
meal.
I thought you were literally going to take my meal because mine is chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes. I want gravy on all of it. For my veggie, I'd probably do like green beans. Um, for my drink, I don't really care. Probably water, Dr. Pepper, whatever. But for dessert, any kind of cobbler, apple,
Yeah.
blackberry,
Oh, cobbler's
peach.
good too.
with some ice cream and a little whipped cream. Oof.
I don't need the whipped cream, but I'll take the ice cream. I like a hot.
I like a little bit of both. A
A
little
little
bit
bit
of
of both.
both.
I want both.
Actually, I had some of the blueberry pie with that like alamo last night. Oof, it's good stuff.
All right, man. How are we doing on time? This is taking longer than I thought it would. Okay, 37.
I told you it was gonna take
38.
longer.
So we might, we're gonna have to, might have to do some more in another episode. All right. If you could go anywhere in time, if you could John Teeter it up, what year would you travel to and why?
I wouldn't be going back in time. My brown ass would not fare well in the yesteryear.
1855 ish,
Yeah, South Carolina. No, I'm good. I would definitely go to the future. I think I'd probably, I probably want to see like how my grandkids turn out or something, or like how they're doing, how my family's doing a generation later or something, and like interact with them if I could, if it doesn't break something or whatever, and like just talk to them, get to know them. Like one of the things that I like, and this is something I kind of want to thinking about doing was like maybe starting to write down my story or whatever, so that like I could pass it down and like make it like a tradition that we do in the family or something. Because like I think about people that I don't know that like all the people before me in my family that I have no idea about who they were, what they loved, who they cared about, nothing about them. And I think it'd be kind of cool to have that as a thing in a family. So go forward in time and do that, I guess.
Pretty easy one for me. I'd go back to Jesus' time. I'd want to be around and witness the teachings and the miracles and all that. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool too. I think I don't have any kids. I might in the future, and then I would like to go see their their story basically. But
maybe you could go in the future and see if you're going to have kids.
yeah,
And then you can go in the
If
future.
I only had that one, if you only had that one chance and back, 35, whatever, or 20, what is it, 2035, and there's nothing there, there's blankness, then I would have missed out. No, I think I'd like to go to the beginning of creation, like the beginning of the universe, and see what that looked like. I bet it was a massive, just light show, complete light show that's happening there. It'd just be kind of cool to see it. To exist within that would be crazy, but maybe just to see it happening, like
a bird's eye
fast
view.
forward button or something. You can just see it happening. The billions of
Yeah,
years
that'd be
happening.
pretty dope.
That would be kind of fire, yeah.
All right, so number 11. How many pairs of shoes do you own? Pretty simple one. There's nothing. Alan's gonna come with this deep. Well, they say to know a man, you have to walk a mile in his shoes. And I personally own 4 other men's shoes.
To really know me, they have to walk through all 15 of mine.
No, like when I was younger, I was mad into shoes, and I would get them because they look cool, and I'd be like I was low key, like a little bit of a sneakerhead. But like as I got older, I became more utilitarian with my footwear. It's like I have multiple pieces, but it's like like these are my snow boots, these are my work boots, these are for walk like running or whatever. This is for like the beach or some shit. Like I have like a bunch of stuff like that where it's like more about the use case versus just having a bunch of cool sneakers or whatever.
See, I told you. He couldn't just say I've got 5 pairs of shoes.
Well, I mean, sorry.
I'm the same way though. I've got like 15 pairs of shoes, but like one of them's for like church clothes. One of them's for there's the hiking boots. You've got the casual boots, the casual shoes, tennis shoes, your basketball shoes, that type of thing.
That's kind of where I'm at too.
I want to say I probably have 30 pairs of shoes.
Dang.
I don't really wear them all. I could probably give some of them to charity. Just things I've bought in the past. I'm not a sneakerhead either. I mean, I have like 6 or 7 pair of sneakers, but they're not like Jordans and all that stuff. They're just like dad shoes. I mean, I've got some Nikes, but some New Balance. Lots of loafers, dress type shoes. Lots of boots. I've got cowboy boots, motorcycle boots, Timbs, So anyway, all right, number 12. If you could share a meal with 4 individuals, living or dead, who would they be? And I would say they don't have to be like alive in the same time. This is like your dream team list at dinner guests. That one's kind of tough. I mean, I can think of a couple off the rip, but
4 of them.
One of them would be like Jesus for me, like right, like
absolutely. I mean, my top one. Jesus is coming to dinner.
Teddy Roosevelt for me would be like a real cool one, just because he's just like a freak of a character. Like the guy gets shot during the 1912, I think it was 1912, but the run up for the presidential election, sitting there giving a speech, gets shot in the chest, still delivers his speech, and then doesn't even try to like prosecute the guy the guy that shot him, like.
Yeah, that's pretty.
He fought like a bear or something. He goes out to safari in Africa. He went to war multiple times, even after he was already Secretary of the Navy. He went back to war.
That's really tough, though.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Out of all the people in history,
yeah, it's really tough to do 4. I'd probably do Nelson Mandela. Like my great grandpa or something. Like where like as far back as I can go before people don't remember.
Right.
Like that guy. So continue continue the
Mhm.
story or whatever.
I've gone one like that. Well, I mean, it's not that far back. It's just my grandpa. My grandpa died when I was young, so I didn't get to know him. But everybody talks really, highly of him. Like, oh, he's a really nice guy, and you know, I was like, I barely knew him. Like, we went to Disneyland together, and that was pretty much my only memory of him. And unfortunately, our family lived 2,000 miles away the entire time that I was alive, and then when he died, I just didn't know. So
yeah.
I mean, I'd want to hang out with. I mean, I'd want to eat dinner with someone really smart though too.
like Einstein,
Maybe
or
like make an Einstein or a Tesla or
Tesla would be cool.
Tesla,
I mean, the
definitely
guy was
want
probably
a
nuts
Tesla.
too, though. But they're probably
Tesla
all
would be
nuts.
cool.
That's the thing.
That's why.
yeah, they're all
interesting
nuts.
though.
But, yeah.
Tesla would be interesting.
Man, I don't know. I have to think about that one. We'll come back to that one on maybe another episode because there's a lot of people.
Yeah. That might be a whole episode if we really do the research on it.
It could be.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that's done a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anyway. All right, so let's skip it on. Number 13, not quite as deep. If you were a superhero, what's your superpower?
There's a big debate in my house. Everyone wants something different.
Well, that's good. Then y'all can be the team.
I don't want to be the team. I want to be
man.
the only one. Like I want to have all the powers.
You want to be Highlander?
Yeah,
There could be only one, I
I
think.
can be only one.
Man, that's a dope movie. I need to watch that tonight.
Dude, I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, I gotta rewatch Highlander. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes the execution isn't great because there's a bunch of them, but the concepts is
Yeah.
great. Let's see, power.
I think super strength
Well,
would
if
probably be
it's-
my
if it's-
biggest one. I mean, I wouldn't want to live forever. That would suck because you'd just see everybody else die in front of you, basically, as you live your life.
Yeah, immortality is not really.
I think teleportation is the one I would like.
Teleportation be pretty dope.
As long as you don't get
be in the
stuck. See,
Bahamas.
I always think of the negative things. Though, like, oh, you get stuck in like some place because you didn't know where you were teleporting, and you get stuck there, and it's like,
Nah, I don't have it with my power. I don't have none of that limitations. It's I teleport in, and there's a bubble around me that I'm protected. And if it's somewhere, if there's any living matter in there, they're fine. They don't get hurt from me teleporting in. And if it's
Oh,
you
inorganic
just teleport into
matter,
space and
I'm
just
cooked.
die.
There's
'cause
none of
there's
that
no
nonsense.
oxygen out there.
Nope,
He's-
that's another thing too. I can breathe too. I can teleport whatever I want, and I can like teleport in. Like it's kind of like flying if you think about it. You could like jump and teleport super high up, and you kind of just falling and then teleporting, and then because like I would remove the whole fear that I have of heights too, because like I just teleport. I don't have to worry
Right.
about not teleporting. And I have like there's something in the power where like if I'm unconscious or something, I automatically teleport to somewhere safe. So it doesn't even if I pass out or something.
Well,
it's
you're
automatic.
adding an awful lot of rules to this one power.
Yep, it's
That's
one power,
one
but it
power.
has
One
like
power is
you know.
more.
I'm gonna go with invisibility.
Okay.
You want to steal things, huh?
Thief among us.
I'm just saying, if you're invisible, you can pretty much do what you want to do. Money's not an object because you can like walk into vaults. Not that I would, but you
I
could.
can teleport into a vault.
Oh my gosh, you could. Hold on, maybe I want teleportation.
And teleport away,
Man, I don't know.
super far away.
Teleport's pretty
I
cool.
don't have to carry nothing.
Teleporting's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm sticking with invisibility. All right. How are we doing on time? All right, we got time. We're good. So let's see here. Number 14. What is your favorite type of foreign food?
Indian for me. I love Indian food.
I really like Indian food. It has a lot of similarities to like Mexican food and stuff, which of course, I grew up eating, so I like that. But I think my favorite would have to be Vietnamese, just because it's because it's more different from the things that I like, but it has a lot of the same stuff too, like spicy. They got the cilantro in a lot of things. They've got limes and a lot of stuff which I like, and then I don't know, just all the combined French flavors mixed in there with the South Asian flavors. It's pretty good.
I don't really care
I love pho.
for Indian food, but I'm on the same path. I mean, I like Asian cuisine. Anything spicy. I like spicy food. So,
yeah.
Number 15 is a good one. Who would you want to play you in a movie of your life?
I really don't even know about this one.
Raul Julia for you. That'd be a good
Raul
one.
Who's Raul Julia?
The dude that played
Street
Gomez Adams and the.
Oh, that's funny. For me,
Yeah.
I could see that actually. He definitely has like similarities. Yeah, and he was Bison.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I don't know.
That would be good.
I mean, of course, like you always want some like good-looking character to play. I mean, good-looking guy to play your character. You know, like
I know mine.
yeah. What is it?
I'm going with Jackie Gleason for mine.
Jackie Gleason, huh? Okay.
Yeah. He could play a serious role. He could play funny.
Yeah.
But he's more known for his comedy. So, yeah, I think Jackie Gleason would be a good me.
I don't think I've seen that many actors that really look like me, so I can't think of. Nothing really comes to mind.
Lou Diamond Phillips might be a good with you too.
Lou Diamond Phillips.
He's a good actor.
You don't know who Lou Diamond Phillips is, really?
Oh, okay. I know who that is. Oh, well, when they were younger, yeah, I think he would be good. Him but if I could shoot,
Edward James Olmos.
Edward James Olmos. He's pretty good. But when he's younger, though, not now, clearly, because he's super old now. But he was pretty good. What about you, Isaac?
I don't know. I mean, who I'd want to play me is probably somebody like Antonio Banderas or something. You know what I mean? Like
now, realistically, who could
like
play
you?
you?
You know what I mean? Like, some guy. No, I don't know.
yeah, no, you're right.
I got to think about this for Isaac.
Somebody's cerebral, but like
Triple H, the cerebral assassin.
I don't know. We can go to the next one. I can't think of one. We'll come up with.
Come on, you've got something in your head. You just don't want to say it. I can
don't.
tell by the way you're looking.
Really unfortunately, it'd be somebody stupid like Adam Sandler or something. It'd be like one of those cringe movies. That's what it would be. Ben Stiller, Adam Sandler, like one of those guys in one of the cringiest movies that they have. That's probably my life right there. So.
Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn would be good for
Vince
you.
Vaughn maybe.
I could see Vince Vaughn.
Yeah. I should be a casting director or something. Maybe I'm going to move to Hollywood.
Don't have to, dude. They're making all kinds of movies here now in Oklahoma.
That's true. All right, number 16. What 3 items would you take with you to a deserted island?
Jesus.
Machete.
And there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing there. Like, what's on the island? It's
deserted.
like all the prerequisites are there, or. Well, the thing is that, but it just,
No,
but like, there's stuff that we need.
It's an island. It's nothing.
But I don't want to have to waste my
trees.
3 items on the things that I need.
There's trees.
That's
I'm
kind
bringing
of
a fire starter.
Oh, I guess it'll have to be like a.
Those 2 things for sure.
Yeah, I mean.
All right, so let's.
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
okay.
You waste your pan. You know, like you get a jug or something.
All right, so that's
waste it all on the essentials.
Okay, all your essentials are there. So 3 things that you'd want to chill out with while you're on your essentially equipped island.
items, not people, I guess. So,
Yeah.
A solar powered e-reader with a lot of a lot of books,
Okay.
a lot of books on it. I don't know if that exists, but that's one of the things. I'd imagine you can solar power an e-reader.
oh
right?
yeah, that's
They probably have
I'm
that.
sure. I'd probably bring a guitar. A solar powered air conditioner.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Oh wait, we said our essentials were already covered.
That's essential.
Air conditioner is
Okay,
essential
I mean,
for me.
It sounds not plausible, but okay.
It's essential. This is a climate controlled island equipped with all your pans and fire. So literally, it's not on a desert island. It's what you have at your house, but your three items. I need to read the Bible more. I'd probably take the Bible with me. And guitar, Bible, kind of takes care of entertainment and reading. I don't know if all my essentials are there. I mean,
solar powered e-reader.
A radio.
Crap ton of books. Oh, something like that would be probably pretty useful. Something to get the hell off.
A CB, walkie-talkie.
Well, I feel like
I don't know if I want to leave now. I mean, we've got air conditioning and fire and water and shelter and food. That was kind of tough. We should have narrowed that one down a little more before we went into that one.
Yeah.
But whatever. All right. Let's see if we can whip these last ones out here. Number 17. If you were the ruler of your own country, what would be the first law you would introduce?
You can't kill the existing ruler.
Well, you can't do that anyway, Isaac. That's still murder.
Yeah, well, they can't murder me, okay?
Double the penalty.
Yeah, it would probably be that, though. It would probably be, like, no murder, honestly.
I think mine would probably be public execution. I think public execution would be a hell of a lot bigger of a deterrent than putting somebody in jail for 50 years and feeding them every day.
Oh, yeah. You're a capital punishment fan, though. As a
Go capital punishment. Go.
I'm not against capital punishment if it's like there's no.
It's got to be concrete.
Way.
It's got to be concrete. Yeah. You can't. Yeah, just not like. Oh, I think it was him to the gallows. Like, you know.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that there's been how many times have people been concrete about something and then it was like not.
That's concrete, another debate. You know? I'm saying that's what I would lay down if it was 100% concrete.
All right.
OJ, gallows.
Yeah, see, that's not concrete enough.
I don't know. Come on, it's OJ. We all know.
I mean, glove didn't fit, man.
the blood soaked dry gloves didn't fit because they shrunk.
They didn't fit.
I'm just kidding, OJ. If you ever watch this.
First law. That's a tough one. Probably is there like a system of government? Like I feel like the laws. I feel like you'd have to. If I have to make a law, then I have to know how this is gonna. Like it kind of depends on what's going on around
so
it.
Let's say
decide what it is, I guess.
Let's say the country is governed by the same rules as the United States currently. So what's the first rule you're going to
Had to rewrite a whole bunch of those fucking foundations, huh? But like, um, I mean, the not murder one's kind of like a gimme, so I guess we could do that one or something. But I, I would almost maybe like you have to go through a class and get a license or something. No, you have to go through a class that's free to like become a parent or something.
I
Like,
I I don't hate the idea. I don't hate it.
I don't want to make it like you have to get a permit or license because then people can restrict it. I don't want anyone to be able to restrict it. But maybe you have like a penalty if you don't finish the class or something. Maybe like a fine or something if you don't go through the class or something. I don't know, something akin to that. Yes, I feel like there's a lot of not good parents out there, and it's not. Sometimes it's not even about them not being good parents because everyone can raise their kid the way they want, but just there's some fundamentals on just like how child psychology works and like how they don't know what they're doing when they're little and stuff like that. That's like just basic knowledge that how to coping mechanisms,
Yeah.
purple crying, stuff like that. Like,
So no murder, capital punishment, baby classes, parent classes. Got it. I mean, this is okay.
like long, extensive.
I'm good. I'm good with this country so far. Let's form this regime now. I think we're going to end it on that one. We're a little bit over time, so we'll save a few of them for another episode. But anyway, I enjoyed it. I mean, hopefully, and everybody that's listening got something out of it and kind of get to know us a little better. If not, well, we'll do another episode with more questions. And again, if you guys ask, questions in the comments and stuff, then we know what to add, what questions to add. We had to do this all on our own. We had no help. So help us out.
We promise we'll read them.
So,
yeah.
Yep, we will read
exactly.
them. Until Isaac gets too big for his own britches and he doesn't have time anymore, he'll hire somebody to read them for him. Anyway, I enjoyed it. Thanks everybody for your time listening to us or watching us, and hit us up on the YouTubes and all the stuff. Like I said earlier, the tweets and the bells and the likes and the
comments,
subscribes and the comments and the whatever all that shit is. Anyway, till the next one, we'll see you guys.
Later, guys.
See you guys.